Hello everybody, Quentin here once again. Today we're doing something called windrowing, or raking apparently. I have this double windmill behind me and I am making a hames of it immediately. This breaks the grass into rows, which is apparently a good thing for some reason. I did used to have a smaller one on the farm, but after the mower debacle, I decided to invest in a quite sizably larger one. This is not necessarily as easy as mowing, because with this it has width on both sides, so I have to be careful to, I believe, stay roughly in the middle, which is difficult as That'll do. It's difficult as I can't see absolutely everything, although I get a good idea from where the windrow is and where the grass is. So you can see we are doing a reasonably bang-up job here. This, I believe there is a large amount of massive Ferguson equipment coming into the dealership in the coming days and weeks. So what I shall do is shall windrow this up now and leave it to just dry out slightly. And I believe there is a forage harvester coming in that is of a size which is acceptable to me and suitable for the farm. So we shall be using that to pick up the grass and turn it into silage. That is the plan. I don't know exactly how well it shall go. As you can see, we have finished the mowing, however. I did borrow from one of the local farmers a Fendt 930, as well as a, I believe is called a butterfly mower, which I can understand why it's called a butterfly. It's not a magical floaty animal, but it is in fact 3 mowers, 2 of which flip up from the sides. And we finished off the field with that machine. It took me a while to figure out how to drive the Fendt. However, once I realized that it was largely like a normal tractor of the type which I am accustomed, it became suddenly very easy. Yes, we're doing a good job here. You can see we do have a harvester ready for the harvest. We will need to go out into the fields in the near future and throw down some fertilizer, as the fields do require fertilizing, so we can get the most yield out of our fields and the most crop for our crop. This corner is going to be, yes, that is not going to be clean and tidy, but it will do. It shall suffice for our needs. I don't mind too much if I leave some grass left behind, as really all we need to do is pick the grass up and get it into piles, and then we shall chop it further, make it all beautifully silagey, and make silage. That is the plan. That is what we shall do. Sorry about that minor delay. I was well, minor break in your schedule programming. The batteries in my camera required replacing, so I had to do what everybody has to do who owns one of these newfangled thingamabobs and replace the battery. We are seemingly doing a bang-up job with the windrowing. This thing I do like. I did have a single row windrow before. This is a twin row. this does appear to be much better. However, I will need to buy a separate tether now for when it comes around to hay season, and we require hay, as we do plan on getting some of the bovine variety animals, as well as some of the porcine, pigs. That's what I mean, pigs. As well as potentially some sheeps. I do enjoy me some sheeps. Bubba does as well, in fact. He rather enjoys lamb, since I introduced it to him last week, and he ate the entire flock of lamb. All of them. We had 600 sheep. All of them lamb. He ate all of them. Bubba is not very thin. So, with our second headland here, what we shall do is we shall start going up and down the field in what I believe is called the uppy-downy motion. Which is probably not called that, but that's what I call it. So deal with it, as you young chaps I like to say occasionally. This Ford TW10 is quite endearing, especially the rather gold-looking Ford badge. I do like that. I have heard there's a batch of new Fords on the way, so I may upgrade this to perhaps something more suited to the size of farm we have. Alright, that should do there. It's as close as I'm willing to get to a pre-existing windrow anyway. In fact, that is perfect. So, just pick a line here. And off we go. Doesn't particularly matter which direction we go in. We're just creating lines now. This is going to be our guideline for... ooh. Oh. This is going to be our guideline for the straightish lines. You can see it is not entirely straight, but it shall suffice. And the reasoning behind these, I am told, is a straight line is faster than going around in circles. It does require more turning time. However, it is allegedly faster than spinning around endlessly, which perhaps somebody should tell that to the fine gentlemen who compete in the Indianapolis 500-mile race, as they literally go around in circles for multiple hours at a time. There we go. That... oh, I've run over a window. It shut that... Never mind. Onwards. Onwards and upwards, as they say. Windrows. Who needs 'em? Let us... that... I am making a mess. Should be noted that I am making a mess. This is nothing new. A mess shall just be ignored. Yes, we have farming to do. And these lines are sufficiently straight to be called straight lines. Roughly. By a blind man who's never seen something straight in his life and has no sense of direction. Yes, perfectly straight. That shall do. Onwards and upwards, away we go once again. Now, what I shall do is I have what is called a drone. It is an unmanned aerial vehicle with a camera mounted to the bottom. It has quite a large battery and should suffice for me to finish this field and land it safely. So with that, I shall get the drone in the air and we shall see what it picks up. Away it goes. Does seem to be following the tractor rather well, in fact. This is quite pleasing to me. And it's avoiding the trees mostly. This is indeed a rather pleasing development. In any case, I shall be back to you fine gentlemen and ladies, and gentle ladies, and those of you with any particular persuasion or dissuasion later. And with just one run left up the field here. Oh, we'll have to come back down, never mind. We are nearly finished. We have nearly completed the windrowing of this meadow off camera. What I shall do is get in contact with the shop and have a chat to them about the Massey Fergusons I have heard so much about. See what they can do about getting one to us. I don't know quite when or if we will get the Masseys, but I would quite like something bred on the farm that has that little 3 triangles on it. That would be nice. Also the newer, I should say, Fords. I've heard there's going to be a TW25, which is 15 more than the 10, and a 35, which is 25 more than the 10, so they must indeed be very good tractors, as they are more. More is better, is it not? So we shall look into investing in them. That is going to do it from me for today. There is not a whole lot else that needs to be done. I am mildly concerned about the growth of this field. In fact, I'm wildly concerned about the growth of that field. That may not grow. I have to go. I have to make some tea and drink my tea, of course, and fertilize the crop fields, which I may do a bit of that with the camera turned on. Hope you enjoyed the video. My name has been Quentin, and please do like the video. That's the thing you can do, apparently, and subscribe to this. Yes, and yes, I do hope you enjoy it. Ta-ra! Toodle pip, cheerio. Goodbye is what I'm trying to say. I shall see you next time.